At my dad's funeral, my brother mocked me, saying, "She's just here for the money." Then the lawyer arrived, and Dad's shocking video made him pale. My brother smirked at me during our father's funeral and whispered loud enough for everyone to hear, "She's only here for the money." People nodded. Some avoided my eyes. Others judged me silently. Then the lawyer stood up, pulled out a USB drive, and said, "William Roberts left a video. He asked that everyone stay." That was the moment my brother's smile vanished. If you've ever been underestimated, if you've ever been painted as the villain by someone who knew exactly how to manipulate the truth, then buckle up, hit like, subscribe, and get ready. Because this is one of those stories where karma doesn't whisper. It arrives loud. Funerals are supposed to be quiet, somber, respectful. But as I stood near my father's casket, dressed in black, hands shaking just enough to betray how fragile I felt, all I could hear were whispers. "She hasn't been around in years. I heard she left because she didn't want to work. Probably here to cash in." And standing just a few feet away, my older brother Lucas, arms crossed, lips curled into a smug little grin. Lucas had always worn confidence like armor, tailored suit, perfect posture, the kind of man who thrived on being seen as the good son. He leaned toward one of our cousins and said it again, louder this time, "She's just here for the inheritance." I felt it in my chest, that sharp, hollow ache, like someone had scooped something vital out of me. I wanted to scream. Instead, I stayed silent, because if I'd learned anything about Lucas growing up, it was that he loved reactions. My name is Emma Williams, and once, long before resentment and silence, I was my father's shadow. When I was a kid, Dad used to take me fishing before sunrise. The lake would be glassy, quiet. He'd hand me the rod and say, "Patience, Em. Good things take patience." Back then, I believed he saw me. But somewhere along the way, that changed. Dad was William Roberts, real estate developer, self-made millionaire, founder of Roberts Properties. Lucas loved that world. Spreadsheets, contracts, power lunches. I didn't. I loved art, color, texture, stories without words. When I told Dad I wasn't joining the company, that I was going to art school instead, his smile froze. He didn't yell, didn't argue. He just nodded and slowly stopped calling. Lucas stayed, worked beside Dad, earned his praise, and little by little I faded into the background. I sent postcards from exhibitions, emails about galleries interested in my work, photos of my paintings hanging in studios. Weeks passed, then months. No replies. What I didn't know, what I couldn't have known, was that Lucas had been intercepting messages, telling Dad I'd said things I never said, that I'd called him controlling, that I'd moved on and didn't care. He told me Dad didn't want to hear from me, and I believed him, because why wouldn't I? The service ended. People stood awkwardly, unsure whether to leave. That's when the lawyer cleared his throat. "William Roberts left specific instructions," he said. He requested that this video be played in front of everyone present. Lucas frowned. "What video?" he asked. The lawyer didn't answer him. He plugged the USB drive into a small screen near the altar. And suddenly, my father appeared, older, thinner, but unmistakably him. The room went still. "If you're watching this," Dad said, "then I didn't get the chance to say what I should have said in person." His eyes looked tired, regretful. "Emma, if you're there, please listen." My breath caught. I was wrong, and I know that now. Murmurs rippled through the room. Lucas shifted beside me. Dad continued, "For years, I believed my daughter abandoned me. that she chose ambition over family, that she didn't care. Lucas swallowed. But I discovered the truth. Too late. The lawyer glanced at Lucas. Dad's voice hardened. Someone I trusted manipulated my words, my emails, my perception. The screen flickered, then showed timestamps, messages, voicemails that were never delivered. Proof. Lucas, Dad said calmly, I know what you did. The room gasped. Lucas went pale. Dad explained everything. How he'd hired a private investigator after something felt off. How he learned Lucas had blocked my number on Dad's phone, deleted my emails, rewritten conversations. You wanted to be the only son, Dad said, and you succeeded for a while. Lucas tried to stand. The lawyer raised a hand. Please remain seated. Dad looked directly into the camera. Emma never stopped reaching out, never stopped caring. Tears blurred my vision, and I will not let lies define my legacy. The video ended. Silence. Then the lawyer spoke. Per William Roberts' will, the majority ownership of Roberts' properties is transferred to... Lucas leaned forward. Emma Williams. A sharp inhale, gasps, whispers. Lucas exploded. This is insane. She doesn't know anything about the business. The lawyer didn't flinch. There's more. Dad had set up a foundation for art education in my name, funded by company profits. Lucas received a stipend, conditional, revocable. He tried to contest it. He lost. Every time. A month later, I walked into Roberts' properties. Not as a guest, as the owner. Lucas sat across the table from me during the first board meeting. No suit this time, no smug smile, just bitterness. I met his eyes, and for the first time in my life, he looked small. Dad was right. Good things take patience. I didn't win because I wanted revenge. I won because the truth finally caught up. Sometimes justice doesn't come when you're ready. It comes when it's undeniable. If this story made your heart race, hit like. If you believe karma always collects, drop a comment. And if you want more stories where the truth destroys the lies, subscribe. Because this wasn't just revenge. It was legacy.